Friday evening from Brookline High School in Schluntz Gymnasium as the Brookline High School Warriors take on the Braintree Wamps. This is high school boys basketball, an ASPN HD production in partnership with the Brookline Interactive Group. My name is Mason Stepp, alongside my broadcast partner, Gary Frazier. And Gary, when we look at this battle in the Bay State, it should be a really good one. Christmas is in the rearview mirror. This is when teams need to be at their best.
Absolutely. And what they're trying to do right now is just develop their schedules and get themselves some kind of continuity going towards into their conference play. Look, Brookline's looking for another state championship. Coach Williams comes from an era of championships, and that's what this is about. So this is going to be a pretty even match, and I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
And when you look at this Brookline team, Alan Shee is a player to watch, particularly the big man inside.
Yeah, he's averaging about 19 points per game, 8-9 rebounds, so almost a double-double. So what we're going to look for is how dominant can he be.
And from the Brookline front court to the Braintree backcourt, Theo Moore, their leading scorer.
Yeah, so he's a compact guard who can probably score on 2 or 3 levels, and we're just going to see the style of play. Can he get inside, outside, or how's it going to work out?
We want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, Viking Sports, the Brookline Teen Center, and the Brookline Interactive Group.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How is it? Is it good?
As this one is underway, we will head back behind the table in the battle of the Bay State Conference.
A little bit faster in their sets because they're taking, 10 seconds off the clock before they even get the ball out the point guard's hands.
Ethan Ely called for it, his first, team's first. B takes it himself, tried to go on the reverse, got the backboard, but nothing else. Braintree rebounder lost the dribble, though. Pressure put on in the backcourt, ball squiggling away from everybody. Things calm down with Theo Moore. Moore crosses over. Run the weave at the point. Nothing inside the three-point arc as of yet. They go backdoor. Moore with the dish. Mid-range J. Yes.
A tremendous amount of movement from the Braintree side. Setting up their screens well, cutting off their screens well.
Ethan Ely scores. Makes it a 7-4 game in favor of the visitors.
I'm looking for the defense to settle in on both sides here.
Haynes, a lot of dribbling at the perimeter. One pass shot, not a lot of true offense run on that possession is Barry Golden off the mark from 3.
Oh, good
crossover.
There it
And
is.
thanks home.
Did he call that? Call that one?
But this crowd, not rowdy at the moment, as their team down by 5 past the midpoint of this first quarter. Once again, Brookline just dribbling out at the perimeter. Not a lot of passing going on here. There's a skip pass, Golden for 3, off to the right-hand side. Everybody skies for it. And again, comes out with Braintree and she fouls.
Brookline might have to change their attack here because you can tell they're pouncing on Alan Shee to make sure that he doesn't get any of the rebounds, but they don't realize that Braintree also has a tremendous rebounder in Caleb Parson-Gomes.
First foul on Shee.
Jared Coughlin checks into the game. Junior, 6'3" forward, wearing number 33 in blue. He picked up that first foul. Saw a lot of fouls in the JV game. We'll see if it impacts the varsity one now.
Well, we got a new crew. Hopefully, it will not.
Coughlin taking steps. Ball turned back over to the Warriors, and now some full court pressure.
Both teams with 2 turnovers.
Steal off the inbound. Moore gets his own rebound and puts it in. There was only one player to throw it into, and they threw it right to Moore. 11-4 Braintree.
Brookline going to have to do a better job on the offensive glass.
Again, they're going away from him on the offensive end, moving the ball about the perimeter, but nothing into their big post. She comes out to set the high ball screen. Dribble into the left hand, swung back out right wing. Good switching on defense by Braintree. Shot clock at 10. Into the short corner. Brookline has to reset again. They've got 6 to get it off. She sets the screen, rolls, runner. That's a tough shot.
That's a tough shot.
She goes up, gets the rebound, falls away, doesn't get it to go. Third effort is good. Haynes with the third effort. Breaks the long lull for Brookline. It's still 11-6 Braintree.
Looks like Braintree knows what they want to do, and Brookline's still trying to figure it out.
Ball got poked into the backcourt.
Relying on their athleticism a little bit.
Kelly went in the backcourt to get it, and then a little bit too aggressive.
Foul on Haynes. That's 3 fouls now in Brookline.
Haynes picks up his first, third team foul with 1:49 to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, but Brookline has to play aggressive. They have to stay aggressive, even though they have 3 fouls now.
They bring in Cole Horowitz to run the point off the, or excuse me, that's Dylan Fernandez off the bench.
I'm not sure why Allen is coming out so far from the paint, because no one's hit a 3 yet. There it is. Yeah, you got to prove that to me.
This 3 by a wide margin. Another offensive rebound, though. And she was nowhere to be found on the defensive glass, allowed a second chance opportunity to go for Braintree. And now a foul in quick succession on the other end. Like them being a little bit more aggressive, not standing out, running that, I would say half-court offense, but it really wasn't an offense. This time just being aggressive, taking it to the rack.
Well, Chris Solis is going to have to be important here moving forward, just because they're paying so much attention to Alan Shee.
Omar
he's
with that foul.
He's the most athletic person on the court.
Whistle against Omar Ghanem. At this point, Braintree with their second unit out on the floor, leading it by a score of 13-7 with the second free throw incoming.
Okay, got to settle in here.
Little faux three-quarter court pressure. They'll pick up
Ball
a
well.
mid-court.
Both teams with 4 assists.
Team with a quartet of assists in this first 7 minutes as we are inside the final minute of the first quarter. Fall away, Jay does not go on the hook shot by Coughlin, and a defensive rebound for the Warriors.
There it is. Chris Solis needs to get to the rim.
He did try to take some contact. They didn't whistle for it. A little bit of out of control dribbling on this fast break, but it stays with the Wamps. We're going to the short corner. Pull up. Contact. No foul called. It's saved. It's going to be last touch by Brookline. Well done. On the bat. Callum McClory was the one who saved that basketball off of the opposition.
Looks like both teams are a little out of sync here in the first quarter, but we haven't seen any three-point shooting, so.
Josh Hankinson triggers out of bounds, looks for the ball right back. Solis got the hand on it, picks it off, and now triggers the fast break, and it's laid in off the window. Caleb Haynes.
Speed up the tempo. The way Brookline is going to stay in this game.
Back to a one-possession game, 13-10. Shot clock is off with 15. Fernandez. Double team comes. They try and find the short corner. It's punched out of bounds. Last touch by Akito Ono of Brookline.
Yeah, those active hands.
Caleb Haynes with 6 points for Brookline to lead the way.
Haynes with 6 of his team's 10 in the early going.
4 of those are on the fast break.
Baseline trigger to come from Cam Crook. 7.4 remaining in this first quarter. Goes with the quick trigger. Nice pass, but it's not finished off the rim. McLaughlin was looking for the call. Down to 2. The 3 is long.
The half court. The first 3-point shot is a 3-quarter court heave.
We had that one in the corner that was an air ball.
Yeah, okay, that's even worse. An air ball and a 3-quarter court heave.
So that brings us to the end of the first quarter. 13-10. Braintree leading Brookline. Brookline cheerleaders take to the court. You're watching an ESPN HD production in partnership with BIG, the Brookline Interactive Group, Mason Staff, alongside Gary Frazier here inside Schluntz Gymnasium in Brookline.
I mean, it is a good atmosphere, partner. I'm hoping in the second quarter that
We're going to toss to a break, and when we come back, Gary Frazier will give us his thoughts on this second quarter right after this.
Last summer, Big offered sportscasting camp to middle and high school students. Here, kids learned the fundamentals of sportscasting, like using professional video equipment, directing, live switching, and commentating. We are excited to have it return this summer and to soon welcome more students year-round.
Go inbounds to Caleb Hayes.
Back inside Schluntz Gymnasium. Your thoughts on what we want to see more of in the second quarter, Gary?
Well, I'm just thinking of Coach Williams telling his team to just kind of stay the course. He's kind of figuring out which style of play they want to use right now. The second unit has given them really, really good active hands, so we're just going to try to continue to see if that's the play here.
Johnny Williams, of course, the varsity coach of the Warriors. On the other side, Bob Crook in charge of the Wamps. It is Braintree High that leads at 13-10 as we get underway in this second quarter.
Is it possible for us to not ever say Wamps again during the broadcast? It just doesn't feel good.
Well, can't say BHS. They're both BHS.
Yeah, the battle of the BHSs.
That ball poked out of bounds along the baseline. Brookline maintaining possession. Still halfway through the shot clock to go. Inbound pass goes to Solis, who really got things going late in that first quarter. Tried the running hook shot with the left hand, doesn't go. Pass into the front court, just barely corralled by Braintree. She was out to start the second quarter, but he'll come right back in the next whistle.
They've gone to a spread offense here, a 4-round-1.
Losing the dribble is Ganen. Three on the way, in and out by Fernandez. Another second chance bucket, though, as Marcus Lemire scores.
And as you see, these second chance points are kind of killing Brookline a little bit. See Allen Shee getting ready to come back in the game.
Not sure if Fernandez actually got the hand on it. Either way, it came right to the waiting arms of Ganen, and he scores. 17-10, a quick 4 points to start this second quarter. Off the dribble, Brookline trying to get the kick to the corner. They turn it over again. Good active hands this time by Braintree as they bring it back toward this near side.
That's got to be at least 6 turnovers for Brookline. Okay, there you go, 4.
Skip pass into the corner, and we have our first three. Triple knockdown by McClory. And out of nowhere, a 13-10 first quarter has become a 7-0 start to the second, and they've doubled them up.
It looks like Braintree on offense is spreading the floor a little bit to get into the penetration lanes, and on defense, they've decided that they're just not going to allow anyone to the hole. Pack line defense.
Now with 6 points.
Solis again, though, takes it upon himself to be aggressive, goes to the hole, scores it plus the foul.
As he needs to. Let's see how sustainable that is for 3.5 more quarters.
But still nothing to report for Allen Shee, who's just checked back into the game. He's got a rebound, but that's all he really has to his tally. No blocks and no points. 3-point play is good, so 20-13, good backdoor cut. She went for the block, certainly dissuaded the potential shooter. They go to the corner. She trying to recover. Double team comes. Trying to escape it is Jack Connor, and he travels.
That's a great double team there. Lock him in the dead man's corner. But you can't get blocks if you spend most of your time on the 3-point line.
Again, Brookline trying to go dribble drive. Ono resets the basketball up top, goes behind the back, but is being patrolled the entire way, and then he's called for the travel. Shot went down. That might get away in the NBA, not in high school.
Not here, not here, not here.
5 turnovers for Brookline.
Brookline's getting the stops, but they're not turning them into conversions.
Trying to split the defense unsuccessfully is Braintree, and once again, it's Solis just taking it over himself.
If Brookline's going to win this game, Solis is going to be the leading man.
Solis game high scorer with 9.
Solis has 9. His team's only got 15 as a unit. And there's a reach-in foul up top on Ono. Omar Ganem, worth noting, has picked up 2 fouls for Braintree. That's only the first on Akito. And it's 2015 side out.
Brookline has decided to guard the space, which means you're going to have a lot of reaching and a lot of fouls. You see?
Hands are active, but there's a difference between active hands and getting a little too handsy.
Correct.
So 2 quick ones on this possession.
Foul on Cole Horowitz, his first.
Owen Diuti to take it out of play. Throws it deep for Theo Moore, who's just checked back in. Seen Moore really trigger a lot of good off-ball movement. This time not a lot, so he goes at it himself.
Yeah, and Moore, what I'm noticing too, he's just really controlling the offense. He's not even really looking for a shot. He's just making the right passes.
Another quick double team. 3 on the way. Rattles out.
Push the ball.
Well, you don't usually have to ask Solis twice. He has been really the only option on offense. This time he goes for a 3. Normally you'd say that's bad offense, but he's been on fire. He's got 12 of his team's 18. He takes that shot with 24 on the shot clock, and it still goes down.
Hey, there comes a point when you say, hey, that guy's not going to score anymore.
3 doesn't go. Another second chance look. Braintree 0 for 2 on him, though.
He's taking this all the way. Oh, I thought he was going to take it all the way.
We've had 2 runs in this second quarter. It was a 7-0 start for Braintree. It's 8-0 for Brookline since. She, all the way to the cup, got too far underneath and ended up getting blocked by the rim. Diuti with a nice pass. Second effort, that's a basket. Interference, goaltend.
He's playing hard. I hope that stamina lasts, though. Okay, you're going to get him a little breather right now.
But now the question is, with Solis out of the game, who for Brookline can step up? He's been the only option. You have to imagine it'd be she, but he's just wandering over on the outside right now, not really being aggressive in the interior, though they're not going his way either.
Well, Braintree is definitely making sure they have 2 men paying attention to she, right? It's the old Belichick. Take away what they do best.
Former head coach of the New England Patriots, potentially soon to be head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, which I will never get used to saying if it happens.
I don't understand why would he go there?
Conversation for halftime potentially as Theo Moore again starts the offense. They run the outside weave. Braintree's taken a lot of 3s in this second quarter. They've gotten 1 to go down. This one will be a miracle if it does.
It's a heave.
Still had a couple seconds on the shot clock. Wasn't going to get a great shot, but probably could have gotten better than that. Either way, 22-18 Braintree.
Nice
Cut it
kick.
to 1 potentially.
Nice
Oh
kick.
no,
Nice
yes.
kick. Okay. Brookline has settled down, forcing Braintree, all that movement, cutting off the paint, pushing them into jump shots.
Akito Ono makes this a 22-21 ball game. This was a 10-point lead for Braintree just a matter of minutes ago. Another double team, and they're going to get a foul. Looks like a reach-in on Barry Golden.
It looks like the game's settling in now. Braintree's not doing as much movement as they were doing before. Part of that is because of the Brookline defense.
Well, they're double teaming every chance they get.
Yes.
Dribble handoff.
Trying to create turnovers.
Pass to the wing. Kelly was able to somehow track it down. Gave a nice little handoff and an and one coming. Callum McClory, who hit the 3 from the corner earlier in this second quarter, now gets a chance for 3 the old-fashioned way.
So the thing when you play that kind of defensive intensity, you allow for overplay to get by. Like 1 step and the guy gets by you. Offensive play can get by you.
Foul on Barry Golubin.
They called Golden. They only have that for 1 foul up on the scoreboard, which means that reach-in was on the help defender earlier in that possession, not Golden. Either way.
And I noticed Solis didn't sit too long.
No.
What's that, a half a cup of water he said?
That's the type of substitution as a player you love when you're in high school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get me back in there.
Yeah. Pull up three.
Had a couple of those. Solis hit one off the mark by Seth Thompson. 95 seconds to play until we hit the halftime break. A fast-moving first half. Off the dribble. Coughlin wild, and She with a rebound.
They definitely done a better job with the second chance points here.
She, can't remember the last time he's touched the ball on offense. Got it there for a brief moment. Is this an offensive foul? It is. And it'll go the other way as Solis is whistled for it.
That's the thing with
Second foul
predictability.
on Solis.
No restricted area underneath the basket in high school. Probably would have been at the college ranks. He was deep under there. Either way, it's a 4-point game, and again, Brookline trying to apply some pressure and speed up Braintree.
For some turnovers. But Braintree it just feels like they know what they do. They take their time. They're methodical.
Splitting two defenders, losing control of the basketball was Eli, but he got it back and he put it in.
Here's the problem with trying to force turnovers against a team who has a lot of ball handlers.
And a whistle, McClory riding him up that entire sideline. Only the second team foul on Braintree. 27-21. They can play 2 for 1, 49 seconds remaining in this first half. And a fresh 35 putting up on the shot clock.
I think you just make sure you get a good shot right here. Instead of worrying about the 2 for 1, get a good shot, come down, get a stop.
Solis out of the basketball game at this moment. Oh no, with a 3 earlier in this quarter. Hands off, Golden on the right. There's a long triple. They did try and go 2 for 1. They get it right back, and Ono blows the layup. She gets it to toilet bowl in.
There it is. Maybe that'll get them going.
She finally on the score sheet. Comes in 19 points, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks a game, but it's been quiet today. There's the turnover, and they're going to call it double dribble. I'm not going to lie, I didn't see it.
They applied a little pressure, double team.
So Braintree is going to get the ball right back. Turnover on both sides, 18.2. Shot clock, of course, is off. Double team comes, Golden fouls.
They are gonna have some issues if they keep racking up these fouls.
And Johnny Williams is trying his best to make sure that anyone who has 2 comes out. Brings in Cole Horowitz, number 4, in replace of Golden. So Owen Kelly will head to the line. That's the 5th team foul in this quarter, so 2 shots.
So instead of going down the half by 4, they potentially could go down by 5.
This was a quarter that started with a 3-point Braintree lead. They extended it to 10. Then Braintree conceded 8 straight points, and it was right back to a 1-possession game. 8 seconds. Brookline has plenty of time. Crossover dribble. 3 on the way. It's left short, and that's how the first half will end.
Okay. Okay. It's intense, partner. It's intense.
Certainly a frenetic pace to the game. Both teams had their moments, but after 16 minutes of play, it is the visitors from Braintree High who lead this one by a score of 27-23.
It looks like it's gonna. Each coach is gonna have to get on the drawing board and decide what's happening here because the game is a little chippy. Both teams look out of sync a little bit.
It's been a great first half, certainly for Chris Solis, who has been his team's main option in double figures through the first 16 minutes. But a quiet day so far for Alan Shee. Finally got that putback to go late in the quarter to get on the scoreboard. But a balanced scoring attack from Braintree on the other side. We've seen Theo Moore run the offense, but coming off the bench, good half by Callum McClory. Hit that 3, then they got the old-fashioned 3-point play with the and one. And Braintree, like you said, just kind of doing what they're doing. They're not going to change their style of play.
Yep.
And Brookline certainly trying to double team them whenever they could, but the foul trouble could become a factor if they continue to get called for those reach-ins.
100% that could be a factor.
So as the cheerleaders take to the court, we'll take a pause here on ASPN HD as well. We'll have stats, reactions, thoughts, and preparation for the second half. After this, you're watching an ASPN HD production in partnership with the Brookline Interactive Group.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Big also offers youth programs. We partner with Arts to Work, a national workforce development plan to mentor high school students through making their own short documentaries.
Where did the time go? Somehow I lost all those years. Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here. Or how did I get here? I can see now.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Okay, here we go, throw it!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like, they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And we welcome you back here inside Schluntz Gymnasium in Brookline, Massachusetts. Halftime between the hometown Warriors and the visiting Wamps of Braintree High School. You see the score? 27-23 in favor of Braintree. My name is Mason Stalf. Gary Frazier, my broadcast partner.
Yes,
and
sir.
Gary, pretty competitive first half. We saw both teams have their moments, but we also saw high school basketball, which means mistakes were made and things got a little bit out of control.
Yeah, you know, but at the same time, we knew it was going to be an evenly matched game coming in. Both teams averaging around 55 points per game. It's just a matter of style and plays, right? Like Braintree wants to come down and do what they do. I don't expect anything different for the second half. I also don't expect anything different from Brookline, except maybe Coach Williams tells them not to do so much fouling.
Well, we'll see. They try to be very aggressive. And
yeah.
As we take a look at the stats for both teams, ultimately, Solis was everything for Brookline in that first half. Braintree tried to spread it out offensively, and everybody getting touches on the basketball, lots of back cuts. Finally got a couple of threes to fall, but it's the question of what's going to win out. One player carrying the load or everybody trying to spread the wealth?
Yeah, 11-5-1 is what Solis is working with right now. If he's going to continue to take over the game, he's going to have to double that a little bit more, but he has to have some help. He has to.
And you'd hope that that help would come from Alan Shee. This is the player that we highlighted in the open. We know the averages, 19, 8, 3 blocks. But it just felt that he got stranded a little bit, both defensively out on the perimeter and offensively. 2 men marking him on all times. And again, kind of sucking him away from the paint where he does most of his damage.
Exactly, and I think that makes him uncomfortable to bring him away from the basket. So he's really just trying to figure out, how do I impact this game? But he's still impacting the game. He has 5 rebounds, 1 assist. So we just expect more because he is their go-to person.
And you'd imagine that his teammates the same way. When you're the best player out on the floor, there's that target on your back.
Right.
There's potential scouts in the stands looking at you. You've got to perform.
Right. No. Pressure busts pipes, or it makes diamonds.
And ultimately, it is a conference game. You know, this is a rivalry between Braintree and Brookline, and you want to show out in front of your home fans and really get this crowd involved.
Yeah.
You think with all these people here, it was rowdy at the start, quieted down a little bit. You want to get them back involved.
I tell you what, though, they're only down by what, 5 points, 4 points?
Yep.
4 points. 2 quick baskets coming out here. Watch this crowd go crazy.
And we will see if this crowd goes crazy. We're going to head back behind our desk here as we are just about set to get this second half underway. Again, this is an ASPN HD production in partnership with the Brookline Interactive Group. Awesome to be here on this late January evening.
Yeah.
Crazy that we're already in late January.
Oh, my goodness. It's our first 20-degree weather evening.
And when we talk about high school basketball, once you turn the calendar over, it's crunch time. You got to win now because state tournament's coming up in a month.
That's it, and that's why I'm expecting the intensity to rise.
As we are underway in this second half, teams, of course, switch ends, and Theo Moore gets a quick inbounds trigger, took a second to corral it, but then finishes off the glass at a nice start for Braintree, side out. Back up by 6. Solis trying for the quick answer.
Here we go. Did I not tell you? He knows he needs to be more aggressive.
Can't teach height, and she goes up above everybody for an easy putback 2. 29-25. So our 2 players to watch have scored the first 2 buckets. Moore on one end, she on the other. Brookline in the home whites now attacking the basket off to our right. Brookline across the chest, red trim on the jerseys, red numbers front and back. Braintree getting the nice inbounds pass there, second effort, and there's she with a block.
Okay, already 2 possessions, 2 impactful plays. He's running the court.
And Barry Golden gets that one to kiss off. And 29-27, there's a foul on a bump underneath. Foul against Seth Thompson, first team foul. 52 seconds into the second half. That's the second foul against the guard.
They're in this full court pressure for the duration of the game.
Worth noting that Brookline, that entire roster, Solis is the only 12th grader on it. Everybody else is a junior classman or younger.
All right, 3 possessions, 3 stops.
Meanwhile, Braintree, a team that is heavily laden with members of the class of 2024, including Theo Moore, Caleb Parsons-Gomes, and Marcus Lemire in their starting lineup. Ely and Kelly, both underclassmen. Solis, Golden, has space to move, and he's got 2 putbacks off the window to start.
It looks like they make a conscious effort to attack the rim.
We are tied at 29, 90 seconds into this second half. Moore crosses off to the left-hand dribble, finds the short corner dish, 3 on the way on the swing kick. She with the rebound. Haynes slows it up.
Oh, there's some hard fouls.
Both teams very physical.
Yeah, okay. The referee's going to have to get control of that a little bit. But they're letting them play, so you got to adjust to that.
Solis trying to post up inside. Neither guard was sure who the pass was to. Instead, Golden. Love the aggressiveness in this second half so far. Barry Golden has taken it to the rack 3 times, scored twice, and now heads to the line on the third.
Looks like Golden decided to say, okay, I'll take that job. I'll step up.
So Barry Golden, the 11th grader. Couple of power dribbles. Cannot give his team the lead. Nothing more important at the high school level than free throws.
Shooting. Especially in a close game, because every point's going to count.
You take it for granted at the NBA level, even the college level, but in the high school game, every single free throw is not a given.
So they've come out here on a 6-0 run, 6-1 run.
After the initial 2 off the trigger out of bounds, that's been it. Yeah, 6-0. Or 5-2 since. It's a 4-point game. Now it's a 1-point lead. So
the great momentum swing is called the reach.
That's the 3rd foul against Barry Golden. So he's been the best player offensively in the second half, but now he has a 3rd foul to worry about as she slams it off the backboard, then rejects it again.
And 1.
Credit to Braintree. They had the shot swatted twice, but they went right back into the middle and still drew the and 1.
So it looks like she has found his impact on the game. However, we still need to pay attention to the offensive second chance points that Braintree continues to accumulate.
She has 2 points, 4 boards, and 3 blocks in the second half. We have played 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But it is a 32-30 Braintree lead as the crowd quiets again after another and 1. Solis by himself. Kicks out to the wing. Golden stays in the game with the 3 fouls. Out to the right wing. Off the dribble, Haynes, and then he throws it to a fan.
Yeah, you just gotta settle in a little bit there. Like know when to attack the rim and when to kick.
Theo Moore has been comfortable with the basketball in his hands. Goes right at Golden. He's got those 3 fouls. Has to be careful. Handoff left wing. Kelly in the ISO. Kicks to the high post. Good dribble drive. Really nice play and finish, and she picks up the foul, and it's another and 1 this time for Caleb Parsons-Gomes.
Partner, that was a really nice set right there. To get the shooter on the move, moving towards the basket, and to get she moving left and right.
Set that play up on the left wing, and then all the off-ball movement was on the right-hand side, and a great pass, but the and 1 not completed this time. It's a 4-point lead for Braintree. Good body control off the back rim. She skies for the putback. Might have a delay of game warning here.
Yep, that's a technical. Warning on White, 34.
grabbing the basketball as it came through the net. Didn't allow Braintree to take the quick out of bounds, so she has certainly found his impact, but now a delay of game warning against him.
I'll tell you what, Brookline is a well-conditioned team because they have not stopped full court pressing.
And Braintree just continues to try and execute in the half court.
Yep. Well, you've got senior leadership handling the ball.
Can never go understated at any level. Veteran play. She defending way outside. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kelly.
Screens, look at this.
Tries to go on the reverse, instead kicks to the deep corner. Ball bounces around. Another offensive rebound for Braintree. They have gotten a handful of those, and she picks up a really careless foul.
Is that 4?
It's at least 3. Yeah, it's 3. And Braintree's in the bonus with 4:12 to go in this quarter. And that's just a foul you can't pick up.
No, he knows better than that. He's just playing with pure emotion right now. So sometimes that happens, especially in high school basketball.
But he will have to check out very likely for the remaining 4:12 of this third quarter. We will see. The game will obviously dictate if Coach Williams can risk putting him back in. But Golden and she both head to the bench with 3 fouls. And another offensive rebound. Braintree wins this game. They'll do it on the offensive boards.
Absolutely. That's second chance points right now is where they're winning or where they're leading.
Solis now playing as the center with no she in the basketball game.
And so with no she is also means there's no rim protector.
Moore. Dribble drive, gets to the hole. Nice rebound. Nope, not that time. Almost got the rebound off the back rim. Did all the dirty work, just didn't get the finish.
Yeah.
They set the offense with Caleb Haynes.
They're going to get the ball to Solis here.
They run things out of the box set. Solis calling for it in the right block. Defender Coughlin tries to stay with him, but the shake and bake and the bucket from Seth Thompson.
Seth Thompson's got a nice little jump shot. It's really pure.
35-34 Braintree. We expect this to be close from here on out. Balin's trying to sell the fake. Didn't commit a foul and now tries to spring the other way. Haynes right into the body of the defender. Double team comes and it's going to be out of bounds. It'll stay here.
Way to get transition defense. Get back on D.
2 subs for Coach Crook. Brings in Dylan Fernandez and Josh Hankinson.
Braintree's got a little bit of an issue finishing at the rim, though.
Shot clock still 20 plus, and knocked out of play once again. Stays with the Warriors. Again, no she, no Golden due to the foul trouble, so Solis undoubtedly the #1 option. Calling for it here, matched up in the man-to-man with Coughlin. Catches, Solis turns, fakes. Nice block by Coughlin.
Out of control. Look at this.
But what a catch, and it almost went down.
That's 3 missed layups, point-blank layups in 3 straight possessions.
And it turns into a reach-in foul on the other end. That would have been another 2 points for Callum McClory, who had 6 in the first half on a 3-pointer and an and one. That is also the 3rd personal foul. It looks like they haven't put the foul up yet, and who that was.
Box set here.
Dribbling around.
Yeah, he's trying to get Solis on the block.
Solis double teamed. No foul called. Would have been a block if it was, as defender definitely not in position. Weak side rebound, Callum McClory. Fernandez. The 2 #4s battling, and that is the right call. A reach-in foul as Horowitz, again, shoulder to shoulder. They're going to call that every time. And 2 free throws coming.
The guard play is really poised for Braintree. They don't get rattled with the pressure.
Dylan Fernandez, 5'9" junior, heads to the free throw line.
Partner, them free throws is looking like an ugly situation on both sides.
Fernandez hoping the second free throw is better than the first. It looked pure,
not.
but somehow didn't go down. But sure enough, another offensive rebound followed by an air ball. Went off of the head of a Brookline player, I believe, so it stays here. Can't get much more open than that.
You cannot. But if you're doubling your team up on second chance points, why not?
Coughlin puts it on the deck and scores. Really nice play. Good patience from the big man off the bench.
Brookline wants to try to buy these last 2 minutes here so they can get Shea back in the game.
Every time Brookline has looked like they're going to take over, Braintree has had an answer. Another turnover. Good pass. McClory almost lost it. Not going to be able to get a layup out of it. Still maintain possession. Coughlin tried to go to the little dump off, but it wasn't there. And Braintree may rue that possession.
Yes, they did. Missed opportunity there.
They have had look after look in transition or inside. They still lead it by 3, but it could be a lot more. That's a 2 if it goes, I believe.
Foot on the line.
But another nice jumper. We have seen some good jumpers in this third quarter. Seth Thompson with that smooth stroke. They put a 3 up on the scoreboard, but I believe that should have been a 2. I thought I saw the official signal a 2 as well. We'll see if they straighten that out. Scoreboard says 37-37, but thought it's still a 1-point game. Either way, 47 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Taken away. And this time it's Brookline's turn to lose their footing, and this should go the other way, and it does. The court monster.
Yeah, I was about to say, floor's looking a little slippery out there. Braintree here with the side out.
So Fernandez will take it into the front court. There's only maybe a half-second difference between shot and game clock. They can hold for 1. They won't need to, as that, again, is just not a good foul. Akito Ono picks it up a mile from the basket.
But the foul trouble's not hurting them. It's a tie game. Braintree's not making them pay. So you might as well continue doing it.
You say that, and we'll see if Fernandez can make you eat your words. 0 for 2 on his last trip.
Hey.
And gets the rim to give him a friendly bounce this time. Restores Braintree's edge by the slimmest of margins, 38-37. And of course, he makes them both.
Of course.
Brookline does not look like they're going to hold for 1. Now they're a little bit more patient. Can tie or take the lead. Good quick hands, knocked out of play. Dylan Fernandez trying to go with a little back tap.
And you've got Solis and Shea out the game.
15.7 remaining. No Shea, no Solis, as Gary mentioned. So Haynes with the basketball, matched up man-to-man with Fernandez, gets the high screen up top. Braintree tries to switch it, 7 seconds to go. Goes 1 on 3, and there's still time to get this one off. Good pass to Coughlin. Can he get up? He can!
Hey, that's good.
What a great pass and patient play by Jared Coughlin to finish. So Brookline could have held for 1. Instead, they get burned in transition, and it's 41-37 after 3, and there's no doubt that's a good basket.
Neither team is pulling away, so this fourth quarter is going to be good.
We will stay right here. Also get a chance to thank our outstanding crew here for ASPN HD and the Brookline Interactive Group. Arlen Shostak, our producer and director. Our co-engineers, Adam Sayer and Eric Sack this evening, with Ken Bergeron, Andy Anderson, and Dominic Lowndes, our camera crew. Chris Murphy, our graphics man. Wes Kaplan, our audio engineer. Stu Sclaver, our stat man extraordinaire. With Stephen Collins, April as our production assistant, Heather Hamilton, the executive director of the Brookline Interactive Group. And of course, you're with us this evening. My name is Mason Stauff alongside Gary Frazier. We don't expect this to be anything but a close game in these final 8 minutes.
I expect maybe the last 3 possessions.
We also want to thank Viking Sports, our sponsor for this evening's contest. And we also want to thank the Brookline Teen Center for also supporting tonight's broadcast. And the Brookline Interactive Group, of course, our co-producer tonight. 3 on the way. Off the back rim. Would have been a big one, but not that time from Seth Thompson.
That was great team rebounding by Braintree as well.
So we start the 4th quarter. Braintree led by 3 after 1. They led by 4 at halftime. It's 4 once again after 3. Good backdoor cut, and Coughlin gets it to go. And what big minutes we've seen off the bench by Jared Coughlin.
Not to mention, shout out for the Fernandez kid too, because they point guard Moore is not even starting the 4th quarter.
Fernandez, not only good defense, but again, calm with the basketball, and hit those 2 free throws right before the 4th quarter started as well. Leaves Haynes on the deck with the power dribble. Off the bounce, Braintree in traffic, and how many and ones are they gonna get?
It's like they go 3-4 possessions without finishing at the rim, and then they go 3-4 possessions with finishing at the rim.
Jack Connor, the senior, 6'3", heads to the line. We didn't expect this to get beyond 2 possessions at any point. This has a chance to be a 9-point game if this goes. And it does.
Brookline's gonna have to just settle in right here and try to get a convert.
Braintree's largest lead of the game was 10 at 20-10. They started the 2nd quarter on a 7-0 run. Though it's worth noting, Brookline then scored the next 8. Solis in traffic, and the weak side official blows his whistle.
That's what you call, you will not stop me.
Well, that's what happened in the first half. Solis just took it upon himself to be aggressive and take it to the cup. Good start to the 3rd quarter from our player to watch, Alan Shee. Couple of points, 3 blocks, 4 rebounds, but then he picked up a 3rd foul with 4 minutes plus to go and had to sit the remainder.
And now they're gonna have to dig in on the defensive end, like you said, a 9-point game.
Coach Crook justifiably is looking to the officials and saying, how is that not a violation? It is a violation. They just let him get away with it. But
the ball
don't lie. So 0 for 2 on the trip by Solis keeps this a 9-point game, and a Braintree bucket will give them their largest lead. Coughlin, who's had a great 2nd half. Fernandez looking for him. Somehow came to the basketball, and then they call a double dribble even though he hadn't put one down yet.
That was a travel.
It was a travel, not a double dribble.
Yeah. But that's the slippery floor.
Either way, you can see Fernandez making that pass before he even gets to the spot. Think like a quarterback running a slant. Solis again takes it himself, gets the putback. I'm not sure how he even got in front of the backboard to take that one and couldn't get the friendly roll.
The effort is there, though. Can't deny that.
We approach 2 minutes gone in the 4th quarter. Braintree's lead is 9.
She might watch out for Shee here to get another foul. Ooh,
Fernandez. Oh, Fernandez found Coughlin a possession ago, and now they switch roles, and the big finds the guard on the back cut.
Classic basketball. Overplay, backdoor cut.
It is an 11-point game, largest lead for Braintree. There's still an eternity to go, but with the 3-pointers not falling for Brookline, it's going to take them some time to close the gap.
Not if they keep making turnovers.
Braintree will return with Caleb Parsons-Gomes. Replaces Ganem, who has 3 fouls. Solis with it, but she's got to get touches on the basketball in this 4th quarter. Instead, Solis goes the other direction. Resets up top, Haynes. Swing around, 3, way off. Solis gets the 2nd look. Golden left his feet and threw it away. 1 on 3, and it's good.
Braintree is just imposing their will right now. Brookline's playing a little bit out of character, not knowing what, doesn't seem like they know which kind of offense they want to run, but let's see.
Timeout, Johnny Williams. None too soon, as a 4-point lead Now +9 is Braintree High in this fourth quarter in the first 3 minutes.
5 minutes here, partner. Down by 13. You essentially need to make a stop on every possession.
The problem has been just really good half-court execution by this Braintree team. Doesn't matter which guard has the basketball in his hands, they're taking care of it for the most part, but then some really great off-ball movement and just really strong half-court offense drawn up by Coach Crook and his staff.
I mean, well, you know, it's not difficult to backdoor cut when your defender is overplaying you, and they have a bunch of fouls.
Just one team foul so far per side in the fourth quarter. But Solis and She, you would imagine, need to assert themselves. For Coach Williams and Coach Crook, they should each, I believe, have at least 2 timeouts remaining. We saw Braintree call one in the first half. I don't remember Coach Williams calling one. Good help defense off ball as Parsons Gomes knocks it out of play.
They're sending 2 defenders to She every time he touches the basketball.
Got to find a way to fight through it, though. His team down by 13. Solis puts it on the deck, almost stepped out of bounds. Instead, crossover dribble, the mid-range off the mark.
Wow. A floater to the side of the rim.
Braintree does not need to be in any rush.
Nope, run their sets.
Instead, they almost get another layup, but it's another and one off of another offensive rebound. And Brookline, a team that we thought might be able to dominate the rebounding battle, has been owned on that glass.
Well, you see what happened. We're at what, a 15-point lead now. They have to at least have 15 points off second chance.
That's 15 offensive rebounds for Braintree High. And I can't remember the last time I've seen this many and ones in a high school basketball game. They've missed some bunnies, and yet every time they get hit, it goes.
So that means they're doing that practice drill with the bag where you only finish through contact.
Whack.
Yeah.
The worst is when you let the other players hit you because they do not hold back.
Exactly.
53-47. We could not have been more wrong. We expected this to stay tight.
Yeah, partner.
Braintree has reversed that.
We definitely don't need to go to DraftKings tonight, partner.
Can't bet there anywhere. That's my day job. Solis scores, but it's still 14. Stops are just as important as scores right now. Theo Moore has had the ball and has really been secure. They've got the 2 best ball handlers we've seen together out on the floor, Moore and Fernandez together. Moore, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Theo kicks to the left wing. Good pump fake move. What a move!
Travel.
They called it travel. Again, that's a move that gets away in the NBA, but the little hop, skip, step is definitely a travel at the high school level.
Absolutely. But still, you see how Braintree is just running their sets, running the shot clock down. Real calm, poised, veteran leadership.
Past the midway point of this fourth quarter, She is on the bench with 4 fouls.
I mean, at this point,
I'm with you.
Yeah, like, put him in the game.
The runner by Akito Ono doesn't go. And at this point, as long as Braintree doesn't take the basketball away from themselves by turning.
As you speak, what was you saying?
I almost said it. I almost said it. Still, right now, even if they take the full shot clock down, it's a win, even if they don't score.
That's right.
These 35-second shot clocks that they did away with at the college level a few years back now, a killer at the high school level.
Essentially, all Braintree wants to do right now is play defense.
You almost wonder, based on the fact that they were struggling at the line, could you start fouling now? You need all these possessions.
I think that's what they just did. Andrew Bacon just did an unnecessary foul to get She back in the game, but I'm hoping he'll last the last 3 minutes.
3.5 minutes is a long time, but with 35-second shot clocks, as She goes for the block and 2 hands it out of bounds like a volleyball spike. Although he's saying he didn't touch it.
Yeah, well, the ref says otherwise.
The Braintree player is thinking, I certainly hope that you touched it,
Right.
because that got nothing. Instead, Braintree smartly just resets the offense at the perimeter with 20 seconds on the shot clock, and now about to be 2 minutes left.
I don't know about that one, but they're calling these hop steps.
Just about inside of 3 minutes. Coach Williams trying to figure out the offense and the defense. He needs both stops and scores. And they got to go quickly, but there's a difference between going quickly and being out of control. Solis in control, scores.
One. Yep, put the pressure on. Yep, okay.
Great offensive set by Solis. Just takes his man off the bounce and slows his body a little bit just to make sure that he doesn't blow the finish inside. 53-41, still 2:54 to go.
They're not out of it.
Oh, no.
A couple extra possessions.
Seen enough high school basketball to know if you speed them up and the pressure ramps up, turnovers may follow.
I don't know if that's true with this team, though.
You know, it hasn't seemed like it.
Yeah.
Certainly with Moore and Fernandez, the two of them together have seemed to calm things down, and that is such an undervalued attribute at the high school level, a player that can play in control and slow things down as a guard. It's usually not till you get to the college level that you see those guards that truly understand that they can go slow and still be fast.
Well, you said most of their team is seniors, so essentially they are college students.
Yep. On this roster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seniors.
Yeah.
Including 3 of their starting 5. Compared to Brookline that just has 1 senior on the whole roster, and it's Solis.
In seniors you trust.
Trio of defenders come. Good ball fake as Moore brings it into the front court and now circles back. Are they going to foul here?
They trying.
They're certainly making enough contact to do so. She went for the gamble. Now you hear don't foul from Coach Williams. They're going to play this possession out. They got to get a stop. Parsons Gomes off the bounce, uses his body as a shield and scores.
That was the exact opposite of what they needed.
They either needed the early foul or a stop late. They got neither. Solis, his team down by 14, goes to the paint, misses inside. She not there for the rebound. Moore smartly holds the basketball up. Now he's trapped.
Foul now.
There was a little bit of a juggle that they don't call a double dribble. They're going to say a defender got the hand on it. Kelly, a little bit out of control, somehow tracked down. Parsons Gomes again flings it to the other side of the court. Again, you got to play straight up from here.
Yep.
Good pass to the outside. Ball fake, 7 on the timer. Moore.
Braintree's not even attacking until the 5-second mark.
Player almost went down. That's going to be out of bounds before it could be a shot clock violation. But that's the best turnover of the night.
Well, can you fall to the ground and not call a travel?
I guess so. Either way, 35 seconds come off the clock. Coach Williams calls for time, but it's just about out of it.
I was about to say, it might be a little too late now. 14 points with 1:90 seconds left. 35-second shot clock.
Braintree leading by 3 after 1, 4 at halftime, by 4 after 3, but they have won this fourth quarter by 10 to this point to take a 55-41 lead. And you said it very early in the game, Braintree is perfectly content playing on the road.
Yeah.
In fact, they are better on the road record-wise, and Brookline worse playing at home record-wise.
Yep.
Fans hate that. Coaches hate that.
I was about to say, players hate that, okay? But I don't think tonight really just came down to that early foul trouble, and it just kind of set the tone from there.
And Brookline has emptied their bench. So they have brought in Zach Fung, number 14, Mason Stern, number 22. Just in front of me is Rory Christopher wearing number 35. Get the other 2 numbers. It's 12, Max Delaney.
14.
Yep. And number 14, that's Zach Fung. It's 13, Jonas Balaban, who completes the 5 on the floor for the Warriors. And now Braintree will bring in a couple of subs as well. Pat Roche, 6'6", lanky forward inside, wearing number 30, enters the fray, as does Cam Crook, son of the coach, number 10.
Sometimes it's just not your night.
Crook inbounds to Moore, as we expect this possession will take us inside the final minute here in Brookline. And Braintree is just about there. Crook hands off Moore, through the legs dribble, gets out to the left wing. Kelly still in the basketball game, finds Crook, who takes the left-hand dribble, tried to find the feed, somehow got to its intended destination. Crook for 3. Yes. No reaction from the head coach.
Yeah, because that was perfect execution. That's why.
58-41. 3 on the way. And the answer.
Okay.
Zach Fung hits the triple. Timeout to bring in another sub. Number 35, Lumen Domkem, checks in for Braintree. So a substitution timeout for Braintree. Brings in another one of the senior class in Domkem.
I don't care what level you in. When you come in the game with 25 seconds left in a blowout win, is that helpful or demoralizing?
Depends if he gets the basketball right here.
Okay, yeah. Let me see, get him a bucket.
Shot clock is off. They do not need to shoot, as Braintree is going to win this game. Is there one last shot attempt? Moore doesn't need to take it. He spins and gets the basketball stripped, and that's how this one will end. No heave, and the final score 58-41, as Braintree outscores Brookline by 10 in the fourth quarter. They limit Shi and Solis well below their averages. Solis still got his buckets, but it was hard to come by, and Shi was largely taken out of the game by double teams and just good half-court offense.
It was a tale of two halves.
Really a tale of one quarter.
Basically.
First 3 quarters were tight throughout. The fourth quarter, though, was all visitors, as Braintree takes the victory. Both teams came in with 6 wins on the season, but Braintree improving to 7-3 and dropping Brookline High to 6-5 as we continue to proceed through conference play.
But you know, Brookline's going to learn from this, and they're going to get better from this.
Certainly some adjustments to be made. We're going to take a pause. When we come back, we will wrap up things here from Schluntz Gymnasium. It's Braintree who win it 58-44 over Brookline. We'll see you in just a moment.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas. Everything I do it for you. Mom, love you all. No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
I immigrated to America when I was 20 from a country called Uruguay. I have 2 careers. I'm in the Army Reserves, and I have a civilian career as an engineer. And I have 2 wonderful children. Every day is a challenge to make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to be there. You have to be present for them. You have to try to teach them when they learn something new and it just clicks in their brain, I just realized I could do this. And you can just see in their faces. It's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why? My. Oh.
You had 10 points, 5 rebounds, a couple of assists. How good did that win feel?
It felt great. Yeah, great team win here. It's always tough to get one here in Brockton, so yeah, it feels good. Or Brookline, sorry.
I'm gonna switch it up on you, Callum. Talk to me about how the poise. How do your style of play, the Braintree style of play?
We just come down here. You know, we knew it was gonna be a physical, fast match, and we just had to run our offense, keep our poise, run our sets, and make our easy baskets.
Now, do you guys practice that a lot of just like staying in the moment and working that out?
Run our offense every day, 5-on-5. We go hard. Went hard this week to prepare for a tough game here, so yeah.
Okay.
You talk about the half-court sets. It felt like every single time Brookline tried to counter you with something, we talked about the poise, but it felt like you were running those half-court sets like a professional team.
Yeah, we just took our time, killed it. Even if we shot it with low numbers on the shot clock, still a good shot. Just ate up the time on the clock, and yeah, we just controlled it.
Callum, congratulations, and now we'll bring in your head coach.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
Coach Crook, always difficult to win on the road, always difficult to win on the road in conference. How proud of the way that your team, every single time Brookline threw a punch, you seemed to punch back even harder.
Yeah, I think I told them that, you know, this is my 34th year, and I've always said that sort of the barometer, and if you can really be a productive player in this league, to me, is if you can play in a Brookline game. And I've known all these Brookline coaches back to Lance Tucker, and they said they sort of felt the same thing, that the Braintree Brookline basketball games, I know Newton's your rival and all that, but they always seem to be a little bit different. So I think our guys are ready to go. You know, the way we play a lot of guys, I think they're all ready to go, and I think that helps in a game like this.
Yeah, Coach, I have a quick question. We thought it was going to be an even game throughout. What was the message coming out of halftime to sustain what you do?
I think we thought we got a little bit sped up offensively in the first half, that we weren't as patient as we wanted to be and spread them out, and I thought we could get a little bit better shots. I think we were really prepared to go after the big guy on both ends of the floor. Like,
absolutely.
You know, I think he's such a good player. We wanted to go after him when he got the ball, but also on the offensive end, we wanted to run things and make him play defense.
Yeah.
And I think we were a little bit impatient in the first half.
Absolutely. And did you pay attention to the second chance points, like coming into the game? Like you knew that was a
most important thing in any Brookline game is keeping them from offensive rebounding. I think that was the big point we made.
Yeah, because you guys did some good business there. Yeah.
I know we had Callum as the MVP, but it felt like we could have 6 or 7 different players, all who chipped in with points, rebounds, assists, taking care of the basketball, getting those second chance points. I know Coughlin came up with a couple of big buckets. How impressed are you that it was a complete team effort?
Well, that's sort of the way we practice. Like, we never practice our starters against second five or our best five. I don't even know who the best five is. You know, we play a lot of guys. We always do that. We always mix it up in practice so that when we have combinations go in the game, you know, they've all played with these different combinations, so it isn't that big a deal. We're probably not going to have, you know, a 25-point scorer very often. You know, Callum got a few hoops tonight. He always plays hard and does all these things. Tonight he got a few baskets to go along with it.
Well, thank you very much, Coach. Congratulations. Another good win for your guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
We're going to take a quick pause, and when we finish this up on the other side, we will send you on to your Friday night from here in Brookline. A victory for Braintree on this Friday evening.
Bring it. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry. I'll see you later.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
We welcome you back one final time here to Schluntz Gymnasium in Brookline, Mass. Mason Stauff alongside with my broadcast partner, Gary Frazier. And all in all, an outstanding game, but Braintree just had enough in the end in that fourth quarter to create that separation and not look back. Ended up winning it by 14.
Absolutely. I don't think it was enough. I think it just happened. So, yeah, no, they made it happen, and it ended up being what it ended up being.
Take a look at our final stats from this one. We start with the home side, Brookline, which hung in there for 3 quarters. You see Salisa's 16 points. The problem was that the next highest scorer was just Haynes with 6. She came in with those 11 boards, but most of them came in the second half, got those 3 quick blocks, but foul trouble always a factor. Salise with the 2 assists, but going to need more assists from that. It really was becoming Salise and then everybody else just trying to go along for the ride. Meanwhile, for Braintree, they were the total opposite. Everybody seemed to get in the action. Still just the one player in double figures. That was our player of the game, Callum McClory. But everybody contributed up and down the stat sheet.
100% team effort. You heard Coach Cook say it. He doesn't even know who his starting 5 is. So that's indicative to what we see in the stat sheets.
Every single player contributing. Braintree coming away with a win on the road. And as Crook so aptly put it, you really know how tough your team is on how they play in a Brookline game. And Braintree took haymaker after haymaker and came out with the victory. We want to thank our outstanding sponsors one final time before we head off the air. Viking Sports, the Brookline Teen Center, and the Brookline Interactive Group, our co-producers on this lovely Friday night. So that's all the time we have for you on this Friday. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm out there in Massachusetts. But for our outstanding ASPN HD crew, everyone from the Brookline Interactive Group, and from me, Mason Stauff, alongside Gary Frazier, have a wonderful rest of your Friday night. Braintree wins it in a Bay State rivalry by a final score of 58-44. They win it by 14. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. We'll see you next time.